Let's talk about 5 paths you can take as a content writer to level up your career. That means you're going to earn more money, you're going to stand out in the market, you're going to future proof your career, and you're going to escape the race to the bottom that's happening in the writing industry right now. If you work as a content writer right now, you are probably feeling the pressure. There are a lot of trends happening in the industry right now that are making it harder to make a living and earn good money. Number one, you're essentially competing with free, right? So many companies have the idea that writing content is not that valuable because they can use AI potentially to do it themselves. Obviously, we know the limitations of AI. Nevertheless, a lot of companies are relying on AI tools to do content writing rather than hiring someone to do it. Number two, because of all of the work that is now being done by AI, there are more writers looking for clients and jobs. And so we have positions like this one that are getting hundreds, probably thousands of applications. All of those people vying for every single job on the market. And number three, there are simply fewer jobs on the market, right? There are less folks who are hiring in part because of AI, in part because of layoffs. All of these trends are making it much more difficult right now for writers to exist and to make a decent living doing content writing as a full-time job. But there is some good news. While there might be declining demand for the writing itself, there is increasing demand for strategy. Companies are looking for people who can help them shape their content marketing strategy, plan out content, and figure out how it's going to help them achieve specific business goals. And so that's actually a huge opportunity for writers right now to level up. So to go from doing the writing into more strategic work, and that's going to help them grow their career into the future. The 5 best paths to leveling up as a writer and escaping the race to the bottom. Number one is to learn and master new content formats. Number two is to focus on SEO. Number three is content operations, content ops. Number four is reporting and analysis. And number five is jumping right into strategic work. Path number one is new content formats. So businesses are hungry right now to explore new media and new channels, things like TikTok, short and long form videos, podcasts, etc. So what does the path actually look like here? First of all, you need to study the creators who are mastering these channels, and you need to build your own audience or your own brand. So creating content, learning what works, developing strategic skills so you can turn around and sell those skills to businesses who are looking to level up their own content strategy. Path number two is to focus on SEO. So if you're a content writer, then you probably have some experience with SEO or you've baked SEO into your writing process. But if you actually think about what SEO entails, it's a much larger picture. So there are all kinds of moving pieces and different fundamental principles that you need to understand in order to really become a master of SEO. The path here is to basically zoom out, right? So focus on learning those SEO principles, figure out how you can apply SEO fundamentals to grow a website, ideally your own website or something where you can build a case study. Then learn how to audit and review websites. So actually looking at existing sites, identifying the problems. That's going to help you understand the needs and opportunities for your clients. And then from there, you can sort of reverse engineer successful strategies that you can build from scratch to help your clients grow their organic search traffic. Path three is to focus on content ops. So if you look at any content marketing team or program, under the hood, there are a million things that are happening. You've got tools and processes and people who are involved. That's content ops, right? How does content go from an idea in a spreadsheet to a published piece? That's the path here. So you're going to learn the workflows and process that get content across the finish line. You're going to apply that ops knowledge to start to identify opportunities to improve that process. That will lead you to understanding specific tactics and how the strategy comes together, and again, how it can be improved. And then finally, that's going to help you map out from scratch an actual content strategy that someone might be able to execute. Path four is reporting and analysis. This is for all the data nerds. As you may have noticed, content marketing is becoming more complex. We have new channels and formats and strategies, and companies need people who can measure and understand the impact of that work. So on this path, what you're going to do is you're going to start by learning analytics and reporting tools. You're going to use that to understand which tactics are most effective and help steer the strategy. From there, you'll probably need to learn some SEO and research skills that are going to help you actually learn how to build a strategy. But having insight from the reporting side is going to help you understand the components and ultimately what works. Let's take just a second before we get into path 5 and do a quick recap. So far we've covered 4 paths to leveling up. Each of these is going to help you take steps towards more strategic work, but there's an important caveat here, which is that each of these paths is going to take you one step in that direction, right? So if you learn reporting or SEO or new content formats, that's not going to set you up immediately to jump into strategy work. It's just going to help you develop some of the skills that you'll ultimately need. So you might be thinking about that and wondering to yourself, why is it so hard to get into strategy and why are there all these steps involved? The reality is that doing strategy, being a strategist, being good at strategy requires a lot of different skills and knowledge. And so there are paths that you can take to get there, but each of these is really about accumulating specific skills, knowledge, and understanding. Now, I think there is actually an easier way. In my opinion, you can actually jump directly into the strategy work. Then you can work backwards to fill in any gaps that you might not know. So, sitting down and actually building a strategy from scratch and then working backwards to fill in any gaps with your knowledge regarding SEO, reporting, etc., is, in my opinion, the best way to level up. So, that's path 5. Let's talk about how it works. Jumping right into strategy is actually 3 steps. So the first step is that you need to understand a proven framework. So you need to learn some of the theories and underlying concepts that go into building a successful content marketing strategy. Number 2, you need to follow a step-by-step process. So this is all about getting hands-on experience using the tools, conducting research, etc. And it's going to lead to number 3, which is where you build an actual deliverable. So you need to have something tangible that you've built using this process to prove your expertise. I created a training program called the 6-Figure Strategist, designed to take you through those 3 steps exactly. So what you're going to learn in this program is how to create a fully formed SEO content strategy for any client in any industry from scratch. So it's one step to level up from a writer into an SEO content strategist. You'll have an actual deliverable at the end of the process. You'll have a step-by-step workflow to follow to build that deliverable so that you can start doing that work for other clients. Again, the whole idea here is to give you the most direct route from becoming a writer to a strategist. Inside the 6-Figure Strategist, you'll get 10 modules, including 20 individual lessons, plus 25 over-the-shoulder walkthroughs. Now, this is the most important part, in my opinion. The over-the-shoulder walkthroughs are going to show you the step-by-step process, again, to actually build a client-ready deliverable that you can hand off or that you can show to prospective clients to help you get paying work doing strategy for other businesses. There are 3 real-world practice clients. So in this training, you'll actually follow the process through with real businesses, building an actual strategy for that business step by step. There are also 10 bonus lessons and resources included. And so you're going to learn, again, essentially everything that you need to know to build the strategy. Now, it's not going to teach you every single thing under the sun, every skill that we've covered here in depth, but it's going to at least touch on what you need to know to go from writer into strategy, and then you can work backwards to fill in those gaps. So what you're going to learn is the pizza framework, which is the process that we use at Optimist to build strategies for our clients. You're going to learn step-by-step workflows for doing everything from onboarding to conducting keyword research and many steps in between. You're going to learn how to build that strategic topic cluster. So organizing your topics and keywords around topic clusters, classifying and planning your content, and then prioritizing topics and keywords for maximum impact. So if you want to check out this course, the 6-Figure Strategist, hit the link below or visit bit.ly/SFS forever. That's all lowercase, and I'll see you inside. SFS forever. SFS forever. Man, I really should have picked an easier bit.ly.